Welcome back. It's Friday. We are your Whiskey Roundtable hosts.
Fouled that up right away. Big G.
Karen, Cognac Karen.
So you just stay still Cognac Karen?
I'm still writing that.
And I'm Bourbon Bob.
Will we ever grow up?
No.
Ah,
No.
Oh my goodness.
don't grow up, it's a trap.
That's it.
The worst thing I ever wanted to be was an adult.
It's the worst hood I've ever lived in. Adulthood. Yes.
I'm hood adjacent.
Too funny. So what are you kids up to? How was your week?
No, we were talking earlier, we were so on a high from that show last
Oh my
week.
God.
All week, we just, Ray and Ron did
That
a
show,
great...
it was a show that nobody wanted to go home.
No.
It was so much fun.
It was, even 2 days later, still thinking about it and,
Yeah.
getting responses. And it was really good, educational. The guys were fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them
They
again.
have a great product. They really, really
Yes,
do.
yes.
For sure.
And
Yeah,
you did an awesome job interviewing.
That was all
God,
Right.
you did a fantastic interview.
And the audience too, great questions coming in from all over
Everywhere.
the world.
Yeah, all over the world.
I
I think even Wisconsin.
Way up north, huh?
We got way up north Rob here tonight, too. Again.
He's just sour because of the Packers, but anyway.
Oh!
So we got our
Peanut
audience here
gallery?
today. Yeah, we got up north. We got the Cheese Man, and we got our friend RJ the pilot. What's
There
up?
he is.
How are you? Welcome home, bro.
Thank you, sir.
You've been gone for a while.
Good to be back.
I had to sit around here by myself. Nobody wanted to come over.
Well, now you got some backup.
I appreciate that. That's awesome. I
And
see
no one-
Miss Amelia brought some goodies as
Oh,
always.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Absolutely.
There's a tray full of homemade chocolates over there.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if they're going to make it to the
Keep
end of the
your
show.
Dick
I hope
Skinners off of those.
Hey! Wow! And thank you. That was the show. Hey!
Well, if you do try to open them, we'll hear the wrapper like we did with Jimmy last
Oh,
week. So-
Jimmy was classic on that.
Jimmy
That
was
was awesome.
classic. I just wanted to go back real quick to Rayon.
Yeah.
If anybody's on the scroll or anybody's listening at home, if you haven't seen that episode last week, watch it. It's very, very educational, and the things that I never even thought about when it comes to cognac. Fantastic.
They did answered every question. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Ron the Money guy just sitting there quietly.
We talked about promoting, just pushing them out there as much as we can, put their name out there. I mean, those guys do a great job, and they're just good people.
And they're in Cleveland.
Yep.
That's
Cleveland, right, exactly
just
right.
a bunch of guys that wanted to do it better, and that's exactly how it came out.
Yep.
And I got an education on the cognac, and I will never forget it, and I can't wait to share it.
That's what I'm talking about.
So good.
can't wait till they
good.
come-
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we-
put our order in.
Yeah, we got like 4 bottles.
Well,
Yeah.
Ron did say if you get 3, you get free shipping.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yep.
did.
So-
And the price went way down. So,
Oh, nice.
That's right.
so I think we're paying $145 a bottle.
Nice.
I'm almost positive.
That's
I
could
could be wrong. I don't
No,
think I'm
you-
wrong.
for that was well with it for being
Oh, God.
over 10 year.
I would say for cognac and all that, and I don't mean that in the wrong way. I'm just saying that it's worth every penny, every penny.
Yeah,
I can't wait to be on the porch and pull that out
Oh.
and just hang out, maybe even on a rainy day or something.
I
Just
can't wait to see some people's reactions when I start pouring that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, awesome, good deal.
So what else is going on?
A busy week, man. I'm glad it's over.
You and me both.
I was playing
Well,
Yoder.
that
I was
is
playing Yoder Toter for one of my buddies today. Yeah, I know it's kind of derogatory to I'm sorry, our Amish viewers.
That's okay. We live in the heart of Amish country. Our Amish viewers.
Oh my goodness.
Stoke the petrol. What do you call it? What's a good name for an Amish guys? Okay, time's passed. Go ahead.
Zingy, zingy, zingy on that one.
my
Okay, that was a
Yeah.
definite fumble.
I have some great Amish friends. I can't.
I have-
and they'll bust my chops as much as I bust.
The Amish electricians are great. I love them. They're
Yeah.
fantastic people on the trade shows. Yeah, they put up great Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time one of my Amish friends, we were helping him work over putting a building together, and I volunteered my time, and so we ran out of some of the nails and different things like that. So I threw him my keys, and he took my truck.
nice.
Yeah, so that's all good.
No,
I
but
won't
it's
mention
fun.
any names.
No,
but
they're,
I'll just
they're
leave it
good
alone.
people. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good people. But since I was driving around, this guy
Was he on the scooter?
no, he's just a good buddy of
Moped.
mine.
That's one. That's one.
Good buddy of
horsepower,
mine. He don't have his
scooter.
license right now. He don't have his car, so we gotta, take care of the people that you love and get them to work on time. And so we had a couple extra hours to kill yesterday, so we stopped up at Royal Havana Cigar. And
Right.
I had to try one of Dave's new Scorpion cigars.
Awesome.
I have one of them over here. I'm going to be lighting up a little later on, and
That's what I'm smoking up from Royal Havana.
I got
Jaime
this-
Garcia.
I got to see Dave. Dave,
Thanks, Dave.
yeah,
For all the cigars.
he's limping around. He's going to be getting that hip replaced. So
Yep. This hips a popping. Don't come a knocking.
Oh my.
it pained me to watch that man walk yesterday, but
You want to dance? Sit on your finger.
But there ain't nothing stopping his jaw from moving, man. He was telling some great stories. He was telling some great stories. My buddy Shane was just in awe with that.
Oh,
So
my
he loved
goodness.
going up there. But just again, plugging the Royal Havana cigar
Royal
in your
Havana.
place, and
Yep.
the
One
Royal
of our top
Havanas.
sponsors, man.
Always.
Those guys. Me and him have been friends for.
Long time. When
20
his kids were still in the baby
Yeah.
stroller.
So those kids are what? 16, 17?
17, yeah.
17 years we've been friends.
Yeah.
I remember those kids. They were 3 months old, twins, and I remember we were at a cigar event, and Tom McMaster down in Chagrin Falls, he had Max Tobacco Pouch, so he wanted to do a rolling event, so we did. So a ton of my guys from the sheriff's office and the local municipalities. There's probably 40 guys in there, just in law enforcement and some firemen as well, and. This guy had a cigar in his mouth, and he's inside, and he's rolling these cigars, and so Dave's wife Anya says to Dave, he's not rolling those cigars right. So she leans over and tells him, you're cheaping out. You got to roll the cigars. You're not doing it right. And they're talking in Cuban. So he says, well, if you think you can do it better, Missy, go right ahead.
And for everybody that doesn't know who Anya is and what she
Exactly.
does, and where Dave met her, she is a Cuban cigar roller.
and Dave was pushing them kids around, and she was rolling, and finally he was getting all ticked off, and he's like, "You're making me look bad." And she says, "I want to make sure these cigars are the right way to be made, because this is, we're not cheaping on anything. We're making sure everybody gets their quality cigar." So yeah.
And she still comes into Royal Havana.
Yeah,
and
she
does
still
the
rolls
rolling
cigars.
events there.
Yeah.
So
Once in a while, he'll bring some Cuban guys in that he's good friends with. They'll come in and roll Cuban cigars. It's so much fun.
What was nice yesterday is that there was a couple of new cigar smokers that came in, a couple of younger guys that wanted to get into cigars, and Dave got up and he limped into that humidor and he talked to these guys and gave them an education on
Right.
what they should be doing, how they should be doing, and they walked out. And like I said, that's the place to go. I mean, he's going to get a good education and learn a gentleman's hobby
and make some new friends.
and make some
while
new
you're there.
friends.
I've made a
Always
lot
new
of-
friends.
I jump in a lot sometimes when they're busy and this and that. People come walking in and walking. Sometimes you have 8
Jump
or 10
into what?
yeah.
The
eight
humidor?
to the humidor. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know. A lot of people want to learn about cigars, or want to smoke something they don't know. They're wanting to try it and get in on it and all that other stuff. I'll roll in there. I'll spend time in that humidor. It's all good. Yeah.
And Dave makes some of the best ones. So.
Dave does.
But,
Absolutely.
yeah,
right.
speaking of
Our house
sponsors-
brand cigars.
Yep. Oh yeah,
They'll compete with any $12, $14 cigar.
Yeah, he's got those right in the middle. I don't even shop on the outside of it. I
Right.
just go in there and get the ones that Dave puts together because the man knows what he's talking
Yes,
about.
he does. Absolutely. Royal
But
Havana.
speaking of sponsors, we got a new sponsor, The Experience Barber and Shave Shop. We're gonna
Brainerd and Miles. you
Brainerd
said?
and Miles, good friend of mine. She's the one that keeps me high and tight and kind of looking purty.
I went there one time. I won't go back.
You came out as ugly as you did when you went in.
Look what they did to him.
They're barbers and shavers. They're not miracle workers. But you got Lisa up there and Martha, and they got a new guy starting, Carlos. If you've never treated yourself to a straight razor shave,
My dad used
that's
to.
the place to go. I mean, they do it right. So
Awesome.
another new sponsor. I'm going to give you a little ding on that.
Nice.
So that's that.
All right.
Sponsorships are coming in.
All right, kids, let's get into this.
Let's get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We are a whiskey show.
Let's roll around. You said you're smoking a
Jaime Garcia.
Jaime Garcia. I bought a Fireball cigar
Foo Fire.
at the beer run here, and
How those guys doing up there?
They're doing good. They're doing
They're
really
good guys.
well.
They're all great guys.
got
Go
some
there
new,
if you live around here. Go there. Gotta go there.
They've got a new display of different, I don't know what you call it, but like cigars and wine,
Sure.
accessories.
They have a small humidor too.
Yeah, so it's a great place, very friendly.
Where's this place at?
This is on 306,
306
just north or
Solon
south
Road.
of the freeway.
Solon Road and
The beer run, it's on 306.
I understand that. He was asking me a question.
Okay.
So I said Bainbridge, Solon Road, and 306. The plaza.
Yes, just
If you
south
get-
of
if
the
you-
freeway.
If you get to the fire department, turn around.
Very good. And have you finished that cigar yet?
No,
Or
not
are you
yet.
Still working on
I'm
it?
still working on this one. I'm still working on the Gurkha. It's one that I was gifted last week from the lovely Round Table. I got a nice 5-pack for birthday and a nice bottle of booze and some lovely,
Somebody
lovely
gave you
memories.
booze?
Yes.
Okay, what do you give you?
Oh, it was something real common, like Eagle Rare.
Oh. I wish I had some Eagle.
Oh, it's a nice pour. It's that bottle is on my shelf right now. I'm going to crack it on Sunday with a good buddy of mine coming over. So
I was going to give you one of the store pick Sazerac Ryes, but I'm like, you know what? I've given you one of those in the
Yeah.
past,
Yeah.
and I gave you one of the what's the horse? Not Blanton's.
no,
Trust
that
me.
was the
Chestnut
Farm.
Chestnut
Yes.
Farms. Thank you.
Yes.
Memory
That's
loss.
good.
Sorry, kids. That's a great bottle as well. Plus, I have Kurt brought up one of my friends. Kurt, he brought up a bottle of the same thing, Chestnut Farms, but in bottled and bond. So
Oh, I didn't know they did a bottled and bond.
yeah.
Well, you were talking about the Sazerac.
Right.
I
So-
had Michael Newman, Cleveland
Yeah,
Whiskey, and
yeah.
he came over the other night and he brought me a bottle from a Columbus distillery called Echo, and they did a straight whiskey rye, and I put it side by side with the Sazerac.
Really?
Yes,
Would you put it side by side with the Canadian Club?
probably
That's a good.
because
drink.
that Canadian Club was a
Oh,
good rye. That
that's
was
great.
really a good one. But being an Ohio
just busting
distillery,
chops.
but being an Ohio distillery coming out with a rye
Yeah,
that
that's awesome.
that goes against the Sazerac.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $10 more a bottle, but for a little more craft, it was really well worth the pour.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
I'll bring that one in for us to try next
That'd be
week, and we
great.
can pregame with
Yeah.
that one.
I haven't seen that around.
No, I have not either, so I don't know where it's available. I got to do my research on that.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Echo, you said.
but yeah, Echo, and they're down in Columbus.
Yeah, we felt bad that you couldn't come, for your birthday, which is fine. It's your birthday week, but
And
anyway.
it snowed.
But and it snowed, and so I was going to give you another store pick of the Sazerac, but I looked back over and I'm like, you know what? He's already had that.
Well, I'm going to have 2 birthdays this year because people
you?
forget my birthday, so I'm going to have another one later on. So.
You have to have a half birthday. 6 months
Yeah, give her the
after.
rep. He has 3 birthdays.
Is that
3
all?
birthdays, 3 different years, 3 different months. He doesn't know how old he is.
It's Red's birthday again. Wasn't it last month?
Yeah, didn't we just do that last month? Well, that was last
Whenever
month.
Dave has a fundraiser, it's Rev's birthday.
It's Rev's birthday.
Love you, Rev. Let's pick on him when he's not here.
Oh my goodness. So I do want to mention some scroll participants we have out here. Robin says Bobby is on fire.
Yes, I am. I'm
Oh, yeah.
wearing a
Oh,
fire
yeah.
shirt again.
Wow.
I think there's a couple
Four
of
aces.
references to that, not
Yeah.
only your shirt,
Yeah.
but just in general.
And I got my fire ring on.
You got
so.
4 aces.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you gotta-
I
you
didn't
gotta-
even notice that.
On the back, does it say 5 of a kind or 5 of a kind?
I don't even know what's on the back. I don't see my back.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, aces and fire.
Yeah.
I don't like to blend in with the crowd.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're so quiet.
Just kind of want to.
So refined.
Yeah. Just,
You know, it takes you 3 days just to get you to talk.
yeah. Stop! You're embarrassing me.
We have Shark Rider. Do you know Shark
Yep.
Rider?
Yes, I do. Shark, how you doing?
All right.
Giving a little wave out there. And Chris said, met at Havana before Christmas and hope to see you again sometime soon.
Oh,
Chris,
talking about hoops?
I don't know who it is. Just Chris. It's just like Sheriff, just no last name, just Chris.
Was he talking to
Who are you talking to,
Bob?
Chris?
Was he talking to me?
Met at Havana before Christmas.
I met a lot of people in the last couple of weeks up at Royal Havana, so That is, like I said, that's a place you walk in by yourself and you walk out with 7 friends.
Right. True.
Honest to God.
True. True. Very true.
Great thing. Anyway, you said
Awesome.
you were a whiskey show. Do we want to talk about
Yeah, we
whiskey
should
at all?
probably do something with whiskey.
Okay.
We should, and I'm excited about this one. Jan,
I am also. I kind of heard about this one, and it's like we got to try this one.
I love a lot of products out today. I really do. For some reason, I always navigate back to Buffalo Trace products. I don't know why. It's just what I like, and I don't know if and I like it. Trust me when I tell you. But I love chasing it at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
I chase it. You know,
and when he says chasing, he means trying to find it, not like chasing it with something. Just,
And this is one that you don't have to chase because apparently they're flooding Ohio with this
Yeah.
one. This one, it came in and it went out real quick, and stores are getting 6 and 7 cases of this at a time. So this one is readily available in our stores here.
It was on Wine Reserve. It was on for both stores. They have it at Market District over there in Solon. I mean, they like 6-8 bottles down.
But it is a Buffalo Trace product.
It is
It's
a
one of their
Buffalo Trace.
one of their
Chris
newest.
Stapleton.
Yeah, but it's the first new one they've come out with in
Correct. Years.
years and years and years. First new product. And now I haven't done any research on this. The only thing I've ever heard about it is that people are on the fence with it. Some people like it. Some people say it's a wannabe.
It's controversial.
And other people love it. So I said we had to try this one and get a definitive answer on
Mm-hmm.
what we like. So
and we will tell you,
Yes, we
honest
will.
truth.
yeah.
Chris just said, tall redhead, that knew Frank who worked on your
Oh,
car
yes.
way back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hello. Thanks for watching, brother. Yes.
Ding ding.
So sometimes we need a
Sometimes-
little context.
You know what? I know a lot of Chris's, so you know, I've got guys from the sheriff's office when I worked were Chris's, so and they some of those guys like cigars. They go there and get some and da 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 da. But yes, thank you very much. I do remember you. Awesome. Thanks for watching, man. All right.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't know if you want to take the bottle up or just leave it where it is, and
I'll take it
I'll
up.
run into a little spiel on it after you do that.
Is that good?
So that is good. Traveler. I keep wanting to say
Traveler,
travelers, but it's
Yes, it's just
traveler.
Traveler.
What you guys don't see is the back label. You probably can't see the inside of it, but
You-
that is the state of Kentucky on the other side of this.
From what 1880?
Yeah.
I think that's what they said.
Yeah, actually, they say that it's a map, and it looks like it's an image from the John Filson map of Kentucky from 1784. Filson was an American author and historian,
Probably a traveler.
pioneer, surveyor, and one of the founders of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh,
Ah.
nice. Maybe that's why we're getting flooded with it.
Maybe.
Good point. Good point there. Yeah, thanks, G. So let's get into this. So
right.
you're right. This is a collaboration between Buffalo Trace Distillery, their master distiller Harlan Wheatley,
Harlan, the man.
and 8-time Grammy Award-winning artist Chris Stapleton.
Correct.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan.
Was that Edith? No, that was Gene Stapleton.
You're stupid.
Archie. I've been watching reruns of that. Anyway, I get up.
I looked up stupid in the dictionary.
Yeah.
I
And
saw
he
your
was there
picture-
like this.
I saw your picture next to Edith.
Dingbat.
Archie.
Hey, Archie. Anyway,
But,
go ahead.
At least it wasn't Meathead.
well,
Yeah, don't get
geez,
me
no.
started there. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no. Hey, now. Lady
Okay,
show.
quickly, let me interject.
Okay.
So everyone
Education
knows
happening.
Stapleton's song Tennessee Whiskey. Yes, he does know a little bit about whiskey other than just writing his music about it. Actually, during COVID, and there was a lockdown, Stapleton's bass player, JT Cure, he would go around and drop off whiskeys at everyone's porch, doorstep, whatever you call it. And then the next day they would wake up, not that they would do it like right when they woke up, but the next day they would all
The
get
Whiskey Fairy?
Was it a delivery thing that he?
No, he would personally deliver
Oh, nice.
to the porch. Chris Stapleton and a few of their other friends. And what they would do back then was they would do a blind tasting on Zoom.
Oh.
And they would all get together and they'd all talk, and they said they had a great time. Just, basically, I imagined it kind of like what we do here.
All right.
We taste, we laugh, and and we have fun. So little did he know that was going to be like a precursor to what he was doing with Buffalo Trace. They sampled over 50 different blends before they settled on the one that they wanted, and it was called Lucky Blend number 40. And it's actually named after Chris Stapleton's debut album back in 2015 called Traveler. That's where the name comes from. And Stapleton said, this is according to Rolling Stone, that he was approached many times to get into the celebrity alcohol business, and he just said it didn't feel right until he got with Buffalo Trace. He wanted it to be authentic, but he also wanted to make sure he had a good product. And he says the best way to drink this is just straight.
Amen, bro.
Takes too much time to make a cocktail, he said.
So that's my boy right there.
There you go. Man knows what he's talking about. Traveler is a blended whiskey. So opposed to only using the Buffalo Trace brand, it's a mix of spirits from different distilleries that are owned by Sazerac.
Nice.
So they said possible sources could be Buffalo Trace itself, of course, A. Smith Bowman, Barton 1792, among some of the supposed ones.
Yeah, we were talking about 1792 the other day. That's another good pour.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. There's no mash bill. It's undisclosed. And the age statement, there's no age statement. So usually that means it's probably around 4 years old.
Or under, yeah.
Yep. And this comes in at 90 proof. And about $40 a bottle. And you said it is readily available.
It is readily available.
Yes, it is.
So I grabbed 2 bottles, so I figured we'd try one on the show. So awesome.
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 And maybe after tonight's tasting, we'll be buying more to
More to
taste
share.
other places.
Yeah.
We're talking about country music and all that stuff. I just want to give a shout out about Toby Keith. That
Yeah.
really, that stung. That
It
really
did.
It stung.
Absolutely.
What a great guy. Just always has a smile on his face and always stepped in. Like from Earl Haggard and all that back in the day when he couldn't finish the concert and he just rolled in there and took it away. I mean, just, in our military,
Absolutely.
all that stuff. So,
Never heard a bad
Yeah.
word. There's never
So-
any bad press.
so this is a great bottle, so to say, for Toby Keith, and I just want to say, rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. You're an icon.
Thanks for many years of great memories.
Amen.
He'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
Too funny. All right, so I'm sorry to cut
Beer
that
for
in.
my horses.
What
Yeah.
were you pre-gaming with? Yeah, that was the
The
midsummer night.
Midwinter's Night Dram. Which is,
That was really nice.
what are you laughing
I'm
at?
just laughing. Too funny.
Well,
But-
because she just slammed that down, and it was like,
Oh, I was just a little bit.
Oh,
and it was
I
for
know.
Toby. Come on.
Yeah, okay,
That's
all right,
yeah,
okay.
right.
Come on. All right, kids. Well, that's what I have on Traveler because I didn't want to waste a lot of time. I wanted to get into it
All right,
because
let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
it. Let's do it.
this, I will
Get
say,
this
this was just released. You mentioned release
Right.
recently
Yep.
from Buffalo Trace. It was just released on January 4th of this
Yep.
year.
So we got a relatively new one to try. This is going to be good.
And there's been a lot of talk about this.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't heard anything definitive.
Lovers and haters.
That almost sounds like a Toby Keith song.
it does. It does.
That's true.
All right. Well, I'm going to
We're gonna
check out the
No,
nose
All
on
right,
this.
I gotta put my glasses on because I can't see a damn thing.
Makes
He's going to put his glasses on.
Whoa.
Don't smell.
Yeah.
Oh, let me turn these upside down.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Whoa, I'll go back to this.
Yikes.
All right, kids, let's nose it.
Very mellow on the nose is my first, but I am having, little sniffles. But it's mellow.
Sniffles.
Mellow on the nose to me.
Yeah, no ethanol burn. No heavy ethanol.
It's sweet,
Very. And gets like
buttery.
yeah, butter's on there.
Nice.
You almost get everybody says I'm getting a tobacco, like a tobacco field.
Is that
The
the,
fresh
cigarette?
the fresh growing tobacco out of it. No, I'm getting it out of the glass.
Oh, okay. Just give me
Yeah,
your...
no, I'm getting that out of the glass for sure. That's like a tobacco field. Like if you're driving past a tobacco field and you're smelling that on a
Right.
hot day,
Right.
It's like a fresh green leaf tobacco.
It's very subtle to me. I'm having a hard time picking out anything definitive on the nose, but I do agree it's sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's a little buttery note, if you will.
Yeah, creamery. Yeah, kind of
I could
Buttery.
say a little cinnamon, maybe. A little spice.
earthy.
How about you guys out there? Are you catching anything that you want to shout out?
I will say, I'm sorry.
No.
Everybody
That's
goes.
fine.
In my personal opinion, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm okay with it. It on the nose, it almost, it's young. Almost, it's like it's
Yeah.
young, like 4 year or a little bit less, whatever. And I know it's blended.
Yeah, there's nothing really prominent. There's
Right.
You got to dig for what you're going to pull out of
Exactly.
it.
Which makes me think that it's a young bourbon. If
I
you
mean,
will.
I wouldn't say it's hot, but I smell the alcohol, but I don't
Right.
smell anything else. But there's a little earthiness there that I've never been by a hot tobacco field, but I'll go with Bob's intuition because it's something it's really nondescript.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And like I said, it's got a sweetness to it. So I'm kind of hoping that the palate is going to tell us a lot more about it. So,
Right.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right. Well, let's dive
Anyone
in.
else?
Anyone?
else getting anything on the nose?
Like a hard fruit rind,
Hard fruit rind.
not sweet fruit, just a little sweetness, but just kind of like the rind. Just
Are you palating?
Like a
No,
watermelon rind or cantaloupe rind.
like a cantaloupe rind, kind of.
Yeah, kind of that earthy.
Not quite into it, just that
Right.
earthy, yeah.
Right.
I get no ethanol at all.
None.
I smell
Nope.
alcohol.
All right.
What did they say on the notes, or was there no
On the
nosing?
nose notes, it says so straight from Buffalo Trace's website. They say vanilla, aged fruit, which that could be,
Yeah.
Okay.
buttery shortbread, rounded off by caramel and a touch of oak.
Yeah, I usually don't. Anybody that watches the show on a regular basis, I usually don't talk about vanilla and caramel. I mean, that's
Givens.
That's a given. It is. In all oak actually.
Yep.
So that's
Totally agree.
you know.
Some other nosy notes. Go in. You can go ahead. Vanilla, some
Thank you,
caramel
mistress.
corn, caramel corn, oak, and just a hint of spice. I think that speaks to what you said, Cheese, about a little bit of heat.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
We diving in. Let's do it, kids.
We're also quiet.
Well, this is one I've been interested in to try. I mean,
I
it's
am
like-
too. And you always say do your 3 sips. So I'm trying to remember what I got on the first.
I get a lot of vanilla on the tongue. I get that. I'd say baking spice. It's not subtle, but it's not overpowering either.
The baking spice you're saying is okay.
Yeah, it's like brown sugar or molasses type.
Yeah, molasses.
Like a
I get it right
molasses.
now.
Yeah.
For sure. A liquefied
It's
sugar
it's
kind
it's
of-
almost a
That's what I
long
was
finish. I mean,
Yeah,
you taste
the
it.
finish is nice and long.
It's
This is really good.
But clean.
it's heavy.
It's smooth, very smooth.
Smooth it is.
And it does have a bit of an ethanol bite. I mean, there is just a tinge of that ethanol burn, a peppery black pepper on the back of the tongue.
Yeah, it tells the tongue you're there. It wakes
Yep.
it up.
Yes, it
Don't-
does.
Nothing overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't burn down the throat. Nice long finish. Tongue
Yeah,
feel
I
is
think so.
nice, and it's a medium tongue feel. It still kind of hangs there a little bit. It's nice.
I would say this isn't branded as a bourbon, but I do get a bourbon flavor
Well, it's whiskey
to it.
actually.
So I mean, correct. It's branded as a whiskey, but it's got bourbon. To me, has a different flavor,
Right.
and I do get a taste of the bourbonish tinge to
Yeah,
it.
I'm not getting any other Buffalo Trace product.
No.
I'm not pulling any like Eagle Rares or
No.
Blanton's or
I
I'm not pulling any of that out of this, which is surprising.
I don't know, but on my palate, it's got a little honey in there. Got a little honey on the tongue.
I think that's where I go with the molasses, where it's
Okay.
kind of the little sweet and a little thick.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit it again,
That's-
kids.
To me, it doesn't have a like nothing predominant is coming
Oh.
out in it, but It's a great blend of different sweetness, a little bit of spice.
Molasses.
It's
Molasses.
to me, I think this is a great daily just sip.
Yeah, this is a daily sipper. Color's gorgeous on it. I
What's the
mean,
proof?
90 proof.
So it's a whiskey.
Doesn't feel that strong.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
Doesn't feel 90.
No,
I mean, it
No,
feels
it's-
like,
it's
feels
smooth.
like 80 because it's so smooth, but it's 90.
Right.
I do.
Nice
I
attribute.
definitely get some honey in there on my side. But you said more it's molasses is what I'm saying. I'm getting, but
I'm getting the spice, and it has a long finish.
it does.
For a 90
And you get
proof.
that oaky dryness on the back of your
exactly.
tongue.
That's
You really
handy.
do.
Yeah. No smoke. No,
No.
kind of char.
No,
I mean, there's none of those typical.
kind of on the lighter side. You know.
It is.
Very light.
Three
It's
star.
yeah. I mean, it's full bodied. There's enough. There's enough to keep your interest.
Yeah.
You know, it's not your average pour. It's. I think it's worthy of coming out of the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
I agree.
mean, it's,
Yes,
agree.
absolutely.
I'm gonna hit it one more time, kids.
Yeah, this is my third one, so we'll see. If I
I'm on my 6, 7.
it is good. Very. I think it's just nothing is like jumping at me, but I know I like it. If
Yeah.
that is
Right. It's a
understandable.
good, like you said, it's a good everyday. It's a little more special than a Maker's Mark and all that. It's a little more special than those. But it's
It's good.
yeah,
It's
it's
nice.
worth sharing, is what
It
it
is.
is.
It is. It's nice. It really is.
It's a good gift bottle.
You know, I still think it still tastes a little young to me. That's just my personal opinion. You know, we talked about vanilla, we talked about oak, we talked about caramel, you know, butter, molasses. It's for the first run. I think they did a decent job.
Yes,
Really
100%.
awesome.
I like it. I would say if you're new to whiskey or bourbon, this would
That
definitely
would be a great
something
bottle,
you want to try.
and it won't break the bank.
Right. It's a good it's a good step too
Right.
into your
Yeah,
bourbon adventures.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, this is a nice ease
So if we're
into
talking
the whiskey
about
world.
Buffalo Trace, people that want Buffalo Trace always start out with the standard Buffalo Trace. You know, this product as well will go right along with it. It's, you know, it's good.
100%.
It's good. And they're attainable. You know, that's the whole thing.
That's a big
you know.
one too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's like what 30
40 bucks, they say average,
Okay,
yep.
average $40. And regular Buffalo Trace is the same product, and apples and oranges as far as whiskey and bourbon, and but those are two bottles that if you want to start learning how to drink whiskeys, if you will, I would say look for those two bottles.
100%.
All right.
I'm in agreement.
Definitely. And you
Gentlemen?
know, as far as like giving or gifting this
Yes.
or getting it, it definitely would be
Sure.
something that I would not be ashamed to give
Right.
any whiskey drinker, regardless of their experience,
Right.
because it is nice.
Yeah.
I keep tasting this, and it's a heavy whiskey, believe it or not. It is
Yeah.
heavy. From the time I tasted it to even now, and again, this is just my palate, if you will, but I still get white grape.
White grape.
Yeah, like the greenish.
Did you
color.
wash the cognac out of your glass?
Well, he might
No, I
have been
do.
sipping it earlier.
I do. I think, you know, there's different. I mean, you know, hey, I'm Italian. My father made wine forever, and
He didn't use your mom to like
and
squish it
me,
with her
me,
feet,
me,
did
and,
he?
me and my buddies, we did a lot of wines as well. But I still think it's a, you know, I still think that it's got that a little bit of the flavor of that white grape, if you will. But that's just me. Sorry.
What are you guys getting on the palate finish?
Long
Thinking.
finish. Sweet. Doesn't drink like 90 proof. Not common flavors that I would have expected in a bourbon.
Okay.
And not really a rye. So it's kind of, it's in a class of its own a little bit for me.
I agree with that.
It's a little, it reminds me a little of the flavors that come with like an Angel Envy, that one, their rye that has
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
real long like flavor
Mhm.
that you're like, if you have too much
talking
of
about
it,
the
it's-
rye?
the rye, and if you have too much of it, you're like, okay, I'm done. And on that product, it's on the Angels and Envy, it's like a maple finish.
Right.
This isn't a maple finish. I think it's the molasses or
Right.
something, but it's a sweetness that it's a wonderful drink. But if you were to drink that bottle all night, I think you'd get sick of it because it
Really?
has a long, heavy finish.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Thank you. I put my glass in front of him. He just didn't even flinch.
Oh, I
so.
know. I see how you bitches are. I get it.
It tastes
Okay.
like more.
It tastes like more.
I will. This is something that you could just sip, and I think it's going to sneak up on you later. Definitely.
I think it will because it's got a
It's
definite
smooth.
sweetness.
But it's so smooth.
Does
It's-
Gin
It
It's more
is.
smooth.
It's a very
It
easy
really
drink.
is.
Gee,
Gee,
you want more?
Would you like? while I
Yes,
have the
I'm
cork
sorry,
open?
kids. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be a
Oh,
proper
here.
bartender. Make sure
Eric,
everybody
and
gets it.
then send that. And I'll send it down.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys have on the palate and
Well,
finish?
it must be good because we're passing this bottle around.
I think Bob nailed it. Definitely molasses.
Yeah.
I don't know what the age is, but I don't find it hot at all.
No.
I find this
It's
easily.
and it's
I could drink a number of glasses of this and not get tired of it.
Yep.
You know, I don't.
You know that.
Molasses is the dominant flavor for sure. But not in an objectionable way like the Angel's Envy.
Right. Right.
To me, is like drinking a bottle of syrup.
Right.
I cannot drink it.
Right.
This, I don't find that any way, shape, or form similar.
I will just tell you, everybody took a second glass, so that tells you something.
Well, you
right
know,
there.
so we talk about some of this stuff. You know, this bottle. So we talked about regular Buffalo Trace in this bottle, right? So, in my opinion, this is a great bottle. If you're not looking to sit down, come home, and Scotch guys also like bourbons as well, you know, and you're like, you know what, I don't. You're not wanting to open a big dollar bottle that you're trying to save or whatever. This and we do cigars here as well. That pairs nicely with the cigar,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't break the bank, and it's readily available.
And who doesn't like a deal?
Amen. Amen. So,
Yeah, this is a good share on a summer night, a good share on
Sure.
a winter night. You know, it's a-
Absolutely.
and then the people that want to learn, just like I said earlier, that want to learn whiskeys and bourbons and all that stuff, those are two great bottles. And I don't mean to take away from Traveler. I'm just saying it's the younger kid in the Rick House. Does that make sense to you? And right out of the gate, I think it's very respectful. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I can see why there's been a lot of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like it or I really, really don't like it.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are just
Well, you
bourbon
got-
snobs that they're
Right.
not, if it's Buffalo Trace, then I'm not spending $60 on
If
it.
it doesn't burn your guts out, then I'm not
Right,
drinking
right.
it. You know, all
This
that
is-
stuff.
I think there is a population of people too, when they know a celebrity is attached to it, they immediately go in.
Right. Right.
So you know, it's hard whether you're a fan of Chris Stapleton or not, or Buffalo Trace or not, trying to be
Right.
impartial to
Sure,
that.
sure.
But I think that might play into some
It very well may,
people's
yeah.
opinion.
Well, how would you compare it to like Heaven's Door and what Longbow is?
Apples
McConaughey,
and orange.
right?
Apples and orange.
Would you say
Long
this
Branch.
rates with the Long Branch?
Long Branch.
Does this drink rate with those?
I would say yes.
Yes,
100%.
I would too.
100%. Long Branch is a definitely
Yeah.
solid pour.
It's a whole different distillery, but
Heaven's
you know,
Door
they
is kind of hit and miss.
Heaven's Door
Correct.
is really good. I find that the double oak, the blue label one,
Yes.
is their best
Yes.
one. The
But
red
the regular
single
one-
American
yes.
one, no, I haven't found
Yes.
a bottle of that one I like.
the
And
blue
their-
one's fantastic.
Their rye is way too hot for what I like. I mean, that one drinks very, very hot.
Yeah, we talk heat a lot, right? So right, and it's like, you know, I don't want that burning pit in my stomach
No.
for 20 minutes. I don't want
No,
to.
I mean it's almost it gets to be almost like an acid
Hookers.
reflux burn that
Right.
it's kind of like no. But the Heaven's Door red blue label is the one to go with on that one, double oak. But this is going to be one that I think will be around for a little while.
I hope so.
Awesome.
Up north, what you got on the finished palate?
Uncomplicated.
That's a good way.
I
Yeah.
would say it's a whiskey to appease the masses. And I'll
Okay.
give a little bit more when I give my score, but
Okay.
I have
Yeah, I have an opinion on
Okay.
where it is.
Hey, that's why we're the Whiskey Roundtable.
All right. So speaking of scoring, we haven't scored for a while. You want to go over
we
our
got?
score tables?
Yes. So let's go over our score table. So 5, we are on a 0 to 5 or 1 to. I can't even remember.
0 to
It's
5.
been
0 to
so-
5, yeah.
0 to 5. It's been so long. So 5 is the best. 0 is what I like to call not fit for man nor beast. So 3 is something that is, it's good. You like it. It's great. 4, we say you have to have on your bar.
Correct.
So you know what? You teased us up, Nort. I think I want.
Yeah, let's start with him.
I want you to go first on your score.
It's young. I categorize a little different that I have campfire whiskeys that I keep in the RV that I'll take with me and just enjoy by myself or an everyday drink.
Let me interrupt you. Not regular campfire.
Yeah, not
You're
High
talking
West
about-
campfire.
Not the High West campfire.
No.
But anyway, go
Just
ahead.
something you drink around a campfire.
Correct.
Right.
And that I would put this in that category, so I would add this to the bottles that I travel with. Traveler, great name.
There you go,
Traveler,
yeah.
hey.
And because of that, this is for me a 4.1.
And I like the fact that he says
4.
bottles I travel with.
4.1.
That's solid.
That's a great score. That's great. So I'm trying to. Did you answer? I'm trying to think if you answered my questions, but I think you
I
did.
think he answered.
I think
I
you
think
did.
burn.
I think he.
No burn, pleasant. You can drink anytime.
And you could, and those flavors, if you mixed it, those flavors will run through the mix and you'll taste it. So it's not nondescript and it's not lacking flavor.
So, and for reference, I travel with Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, Powers Gold Label.
Sure.
This would be right in the pantry with that.
Awesome.
There you go.
And up north,
Because
Rob's
if you're
also
giving
has
out
one of
free-
those turtles on top of his van, so I'm sure that's where all the bottles are at.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
What about you, RJ? What do you got, brother?
I like it. I'm going to give it a solid 4. I think it's very drinkable. I don't find it very hot at all. I do find it, I hate to use the word forward, molasses forward.
Right.
If
Right.
that's a little bit
It
too heavy
is.
for you, a drop or two of water might mellow it for you just enough. But I think this is, and again, I like a deal like everybody. I think this is great. I put this on my bar every day and twice on Sunday.
Perfect.
Great
Amen.
scores. Cheese, what you
What
got?
about Cheesy?
I'm a 3.8 just because it has so much of that lingering kind of sweetness. I'm sorry, I said 3.8.
3.8.
So it's a great drink, but there's enough going on there that isn't in my comfort level. But I'm if it were hot, I wouldn't like it much at all. But it's not. It's a good drink, but it doesn't quite hit all the bills. And I'm worried about like even the second pour. I'm like, this is all I'm going to have of this tonight because the flavor, that sweetness, is kind of building with me a little
Right.
bit.
Wow! Hey now, kid show.
Don't do that when I'm taking a sip. That could have been ugly.
I'm glad all you boys are good friends. You show it here.
Love you, very
The three amigos.
One of these days, we're gonna get a
Oh, my
camera in
goodness.
back here so y'all can see these
Oh,
characters.
so we can just flip it
Yeah.
every once in a
Oh,
while.
good lord.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Kurt's got an opinion for radio. It's a good thing you
He's got an opinion for radio.
Mom said he had a great face for radio.
So you all.
Because I'm beautiful.
Oh, the birds are flying
Oh,
out there.
yeah. So everybody who's watching the show today, we have half dim and knit sitting in the audience.
The Witt brothers, half
The Witt
dim and
brothers.
knit. Yeah,
Oh shit.
that's
Anyway.
I thought they were called Larry, Curly, and Moe.
funny. That too.
Oh shoot. Is it my turn?
Please.
Sure, it can be.
All right. I'm gonna go with RJ. Solid 4. It's a good drink.
That's all. No,
I've always liked you, Greg.
always like you.
Wait till after the show.
Oh my. Okay, so I'll go.
You wanna go? You go.
We'll,
You
we'll
don't
go
know.
this way. I wrote my score down a little while ago. 4.25 is my score.
Nice. I
And
love
the-
a woman that steps up the
That's
plate
right.
to swing.
What time you going to
Way
sleep?
better. So I will say that if I had a taste for some whiskey or some bourbon after a long day, I would come home and pull that off the shelf.
That's a great bottle. I
Over
like it.
everything
I like it.
else. And because it is subtle, there's not a lot going on, but it's I can't put my finger on it, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's something you want on your for the money. It drinks like the money, if you will,
Right.
and that's
A lot of flavor.
It is. It's a lot of flavor. I agree.
So it's interesting that somebody had mentioned when we had talked about celebrity whiskeys and Long Branch, which everyone who knows me knows that's my favorite. This is one that I think I would recommend right in the same breath with that one, if not before.
If somebody wanted
Long
Long Branch
Branch.
and they didn't have it, but they had the Traveler, try the Traveler.
The
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
what I you know I
It was the
apologize.
ladies at the campsite, right?
I apologize because I don't remember the name of the band, but it's Metallica. Their bottle is fantastic.
Blackened.
The Blackened.
Oh,
I'll tell you what,
God,
the
it's
first
good.
the first batch of Blackened, oh man, I
said it-
I could not get that one down.
And you know, so we're talking about
But that-
marketing, right? So
Right.
they marketed it well, and they put a
Right.
great product together.
Right. But I'm glad you mentioned Blackened because my score is going to reference
Oh, go ahead.
that also.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be with Cheese on this one. I'm going to go with 3.8.
Okay.
Only because first batch, first bottle coming out, I didn't like Blackened when it came out because of the gimmick and all that, and it just did not hit right. Second and third bottle of Blackened I tried was much better. It was, I don't know if
I had
the
the second.
blend,
I had the second series.
right? But so much like everything else, this first bottle is good. It's not going to deter me from not buying it. I can't wait to try a second bottle, second batch, second run,
Right.
to see if we get the same notes. Because obviously this is a blended whiskey, and the blended whiskeys will have a tendency to change batch to batch. And it is one that I would put on the bar. I'd give it the 4 and have it on the bar, but I want to reserve that till I have a
Next run.
second bottle.
Amen. Okay.
So that's the reason for the 3.8
awesome.
on that one.
Awesome.
But it is a good gift bottle.
It
I
is.
totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think anyone would be happy with this. If you have been on the fence about whether or not to buy it, for $40, just do it.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
do it. It's
definitely
worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, you won't be disappointed.
I don't think you would.
What do we before I shoot the dog? What do we have on the scroll?
What was your score, Greg?
4.
He went
He
4.
gave it a 4. Sidecar says he's not sure about it. He said it sounds like Benchmark.
Oh, really? That's an insult.
Well,
Come on.
it depends on which benchmark you're talking. I mean, if it's regular
Come on,
benchmark or
Sidecar.
benchmark bottle and bonded or benchmark top shelf at the top warehouse. I mean, benchmark has way too many to just say I compare it to benchmark. Sorry.
Ralph was throwing out no character or depth. Now, I don't know if that opinion is based on him trying it
Not
or
true.
just what he has interpreted from what we're saying. I agree, Cheese. It's not what
Lot
we're
of
trying to
flavor there.
say.
There's a ton of flavor.
And in some ways, for me, I think it has too much going on to where I lowered it a little bit
I-
because it's
I
not.
think-
It kind of those flavors last. It's a long finish.
It
But
is.
It's not bad. It's just a long finish.
Right. And I tell you, this the second glass is going down better.
Yep.
The molasses is right there,
Absolutely.
it's still-
I agree.
and the
I agree.
and the finish is getting longer.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
I
Ralph
really-
got it mixed up. He wanted to get the Travelers, but drank the Benchmark. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just leave it at
Oh,
that.
who knows what Ralphie's doing?
I enjoy the sweetness of it.
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do.
And
I-
it's not sugary sweet. Let's because we keep saying sweet and molasses and all that.
Right, right.
It's got the molasses darkness, the molasses caramelization, not sweet sugars. It's not like taking a sugar cube and biting into it.
Right.
It has that subtle sweetness of molasses.
I would say also too, it's rare that everybody sort of agrees on a particular flavor. but
Right.
we all sort of agree, yet there's definitely a molasses flavor to it.
Sure.
Which is unusual,
Correct.
right?
I believe,
Thin
I agree.
legs.
I agree.
Coats the tongue, but not too heavy, eh?
Yeah. Hey.
I like it.
Okay. I would agree, and that's one thing I noticed and I didn't mention. There aren't a lot of legs on it. It doesn't stick to the glass. It's not that
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know. Does that matter? I don't know. Obviously,
I mean,
with my
it-
scoring,
to-
it doesn't.
You know, in my glass, it seemed to be on. I won't say it was light. I would say it was more on the heavier side, if you will, because it took a while for that to drip down. But you know, but that's okay. No worries. No worries.
Shark Rider said it was $39 in South Carolina, which you know,
Awesome.
that's
That's-
right in the $40
that's right in there.
range.
Yeah,
It
nice
probably
deal.
depends, taxes, your state taxes, all of that
Right.
Yeah.
crap. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely go out and get a bottle of this if you're on the fence.
I'm sorry, I had to answer a text. My wife is making bourbon balls, and she says, I don't have an open bottle of bourbon. I said, open one.
Oh gosh, you better be more specific as to
No, I
which
just-
one.
Tell
You know
her
what?
we'll send her one home.
Yeah. Open up to whatever bottle you want, honey. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
I don't keep my bottles to show them full. I want to show empty bottles.
I know. I can't stand.
I
that.
can't keep them bottled up.
Well, I mean, otherwise they're just a expensive paperweight.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's what I say.
if I ever get the chance to get Pappy Van Winkle Batch B, whatever the Holy Grail is, I'm inviting 20 friends over. Everybody's getting a pour, and I'm breaking the bottle.
I'll give you my number.
Okay. Because I really, I mean, I've had it, and I want everybody that can't get it to get it. If I ever blessed with one, it's going to be poured.
I agree.
Well, I have an open George T. Staggs Senior,
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
and
Hey now.
I wasn't.
Hey now.
I wasn't expecting, but unexpectedly, I happened to get 2 bottles from friends of mine, and so now I have 4 bottles.
Oh.
But believe it or not, listen, as much I cried for about 7 hours and all this other stuff, and I finally brushed my teeth and put my big panties on, and I opened that bottle, and
Nice.
it was fantastic.
Nice.
I tell you, the thing that I get is when I get a bottle that's expensive or unattainable, something that I don't normally get. There's something really satisfying
Sure.
that I find when I empty that bottle, knowing that I may never have that again.
Sure,
You know, it's that I've had.
it's
And
history.
It's a history,
It's history.
and you have a story to tell. Oh yeah, I had that, and I did this with this, and this with that one, and so
Yeah.
I don't keep them bottled up for that reason because there's
I-
always a good story that goes with an empty bottle.
I've been opening more bottles than I've ever have, and I'm really enjoying it. So it is what it is. What do we got on the scroll?
We have Lawrence Schaefer says good evening.
Hey,
y'all."
Larry.
And Shark Rider says he agrees with you, Bob. On
Okay, you better be more specific because people get in trouble when they agree with me.
good. No, he did. He did. It's his next line.
Okay.
It says, "Good bourbon is meant to be shared."
Yes, it is. Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
I'm
Mantra.
learning. I'm learning, brother.
We
I'm
can say
learning.
the same about good cheese, right, Curdy?
Amen. What is Chris still on the scroll?
If he is, he has not said anything
Come on,
recently.
Chris, say
I know.
something. Call me a nasty name or something.
Oh wait, if you don't know which one, I've got a list.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
boy. Oh boy.
Many. Anyway, I would get this. I would definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I wait. I anxiously await the next batch.
I think we need to buy more bottles. When you see it, I would like to get another one.
Sure.
I know we're gonna kind of close out here. I see you looking at the clock. I just want to take a minute to say we were off a couple of weeks ago before we had our great show with Ray and Ron, and we
Sure.
visited Square 22.
Right.
In
Another great
Strongsville.
place.
Yeah, Thomas Handy Sazerac Rye. We had
Oh man.
no money.
If you want to go to a bourbon bar,
That's a great
that's
place.
not a bourbon bar.
You want to get out of the realm, so to say, and go somewhere that you've never been. Go to that place. The food, the appetizers will rock your socks.
Yeah,
And
Strongsville Square.
They have what do they call it?
Happy hour.
Happy hour. Thank you. So they had some great appetizers, and that was before we were going to a birthday party.
And what's really nice about
Fantastic.
Square 22 is that they have a cigar patio,
They do.
and their cigar patio has special bourbons available only on the cigar patio, and they open that.
They couldn't have been any nicer.
Right.
to us.
I mean, it is a fantastic place.
And our bartender Randy was awesome.
Randy was
is
awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Good guy.
I didn't go with them. I just happened to know Square 22.
We went there on a whim. We saw it. We were like, let's,
We
we
had
were
a bunch
early.
of time
and,
to kill.
it was
Let's-
just a.
Let's
yeah.
find something. Get
Like
it.
I said, another great reason to live in Cleveland. There is a lot of hidden gems, and
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir.
you got to drink good.
so I wanted that Thomas Handy forever, and it was $25, $20 a pour.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I think is amazingly a good deal for Tom Handy, because you can't find that
Yeah.
anywhere.
So do we think that this Traveler is infinity bottle worthy?
Yes.
All right, let's put that one in there.
Come
Let's
on,
do it.
kids. We'll close it out. Awesome.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Whoa.
Not too much. I might want a
Whoa.
glass or
I haven't
two
heard that
after.
since prom.
Oh, that's going to be a beautiful added.
Beautiful.
There you go.
You should almost have music for this.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun,
dun, dun. Yeah,
dun,
pound it on the
dun.
table. There you
There
go.
you go.
All
You got a little
right.
music. There you go.
All right.
Beautiful.
A little for the bottle, a little for the whiskey tape.
There you go.
More for Santa Claus.
A little more for Santa Claus. There you go.
Claus.
A little swirl for good luck.
Blind.
Let it go.
Can't see.
All right. I liking that. We got just a little bit in there. We got a long way to go before we
There
even
we go.
sample
Yeah,
that
we
one,
do.
but it's
Yeah,
going to
we
be good.
do. But it's getting there. It's getting
Awesome. All right, kids. Hey, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Well, wait a minute. Happy Lunar New Year, by the way. This is the
Oh,
Lunar
on
New Year.
Sunday?
No, today.
Oh, it's
At
today?
5:59, it was the new Lunar Year. New Lunar New Year. We got out of the year of the rabbit, and we are now into the year of the dragon. For all y'all that care about that.
there. Oh, I do.
All right.
So now we can go.
All right. Thanks for watching, kids. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. It's always fun here. It always. But I hope you all enjoyed the bottle. I hope some of you guys run out there and grab a bottle. It's readily available here in the state of Ohio. So until next week, be safe. Enjoy your weekend. I'm your host, Big G.
Cognac Karen.
Bourbon Bob.
All right, kids. Catch you next Friday. Talk to you later.
Peace
Be
and love.
safe.
Peace.